Today I'm making stew. A lot of people prepare their meals over the weekend, like some cook on Fridays, but I cook on Mondays. So I put everything in my fridge and use them anytime I want to. So this is tomato and chili. I'm washing them for stew. Tomato, chili for stew. So I have to wash them and blend them, then dry the tomatoes. And this is egusi. I want to cook egusi soup. This is crayfish. This is okazi. I want to cook nkwere soup, my local village soup. And this is dry fish. This is biscuit bone. I like biscuit bone a lot, you know, for my calcium and all that. So biscuit bone. So after I'm making stew, I'm going to make soup at the same time. I'll show you all the process of making this, cooking these two different things, soup and stew. Over here we have local markets where we'll go buy these things from Africans that bring them from Nigeria. So this is it. So in here now, tomato, ginger, garlic, chili, and bell pepper. That's tatache. That's what you have inside here. I blend them and I make sure that you won't see the seed anymore. They are going to be properly grinded. So I'll be adding this tomato puree to the already blended tomatoes. So this is the tomato, the fresh tomato I blended with chili, ginger, garlic, and bell pepper. So it's cooking. I'm going to allow it to cook and dry water before I use it for stew. So this is I'm also making preparation for soup too, because I'm going to cook everything at once. So this is crayfish and chili. I have to blend them together right now. So this is the meat. I'm using biscuit bone buffalo meat. I prefer buffalo meat. Okay. And this is okazi. I'm using okazi to cook the egusi soup. And this is the dry fish. I soak the okazi in hot water, very hot water, with the fish. Very hot water. This is to help remove all the dirt in the fish and the grease and every other thing, with the salt they used in drying the fish. And you know, the vegetable okazi, it's dry, brought from Africa, so you don't know the process it has passed through before you bring it down here. So I have to wash it with hot water, then later rinse with cold water. Okay. This is my onions for the stew. I'll be using chicken for the stew, chicken and a little bit of beef. So already cooked, properly cooked and well seasoned. It has been in the fridge for a long time now. This is the stew. After the tomato dried up, I had to put in the chicken. I don't fry my stew. No, I don't. People have different way of cooking their own stew, but I don't fry my stew. After drying my tomatoes, what I do is put in the chicken to cook. The chicken is already cooked, kept in the fridge. So what I do is add in the chicken with the water. See, now this chicken is not just an ordinary chicken, okay? I cooked it properly, dried it properly while cooking it in water, so it's produce its oil. Okay, well, by this I won't be using too much oil, because you know some oil are not good for your body. So the oil in this stew, now as you can see how it is produced from the chicken. Okay, this is a special breed chicken I bought, so I'm going to leave to cook for another 5 minutes, so that the ingredients, the tomatoes, everything will mix together and give you that stew taste you want before I begin to add the seasoning. So I'm going to cover right now. Now it's boiling, time to add the onions. So the stew is cooking. Add a little bit of cumin powder, a little bit of coriander powder, a little bit of fennel powder, a little bit of chicken stock. Stir. This is oil. This stew, I did not add one single oil in it. The oil you can see around the stew, inside the stew, is from the chicken. Okay, I cooked the chicken to a point that is dry and the oil started coming out, because I don't fry my chicken. Frying all these meats people fry is not really healthy. Okay, so I don't fry my chicken, I don't fry anything, I don't fry meat. I just cook them so much that I get all the ingredients I use gets into it and dries up. So that's it. So the stew is cooking, every ingredient is added. Then I'll be adding salt, which is the last thing. So I've added salt to taste. This is the meat for soup. It's properly seasoned, and now cooking it to cook properly for soup. So you can see ingredients, everything is added in it: onions, Maggi, salt, and fennel. That's the only thing I put inside. So soon the soup will be ready. Okay, the meat is properly cooked now. Now I put in the fish. To cook together with the meat. So I added 2 cups of water. This will help the dry fish to cook properly. Okay, it needs to be soft. Some people just put in their dry fish and that's it. They won't allow it to cook properly. They just add up all their ingredients and then soup is ready. But that's not how I cook. I cook on low heat and I make sure everything I'm cooking is properly cooked. Now the fish is properly cooked and it's soft. So in a different pot, I'm going to fry the egusi, the melon, with other ingredients. So in a different pot, you put your blended crayfish, pepper, and chili, and dry it a little bit. So you dry it. Cook to dry for like 2-3 minutes. This is just to steam it and take out a little bit of water that I used in blending the ingredients. So I pour in the onions, stir. This is how I cook my egusi soup. different people have different way of cooking theirs, but this is how my egusi soup, and I get the taste I want. So time you add the meat, all the meat, you add all the meat inside it and allow to cook so that all the ingredients can mix up together. See guys, I put in the meat and the fish together inside the blended ingredients, and I will allow to cook for all the ingredients to mix together properly. In a different plate, pour in your egusi. Now you're going to mix this egusi with the water from the meat. You're going to mix the egusi with the water from the meat. So this is your egusi. See, I'm mixing it. The water from the meat. See, I've just mixed it. Now I'm going to pour it inside the soup. So you stir and leave to cook for some time, for like 2 minutes. Now I'm adding my carotene oil. This carotene oil doesn't have cholesterol. Now I'm adding the chicken stock to it. A little Maggi to taste. You're allowed to cook for another 3 minutes, then you add okazi to it. It's 2 minutes, and guys, this is your egusi soup. Now I'm adding the vegetable, the okazi. This is a local vegetable we use from my country, Africa, Nigeria. So this is okazi. I've added okazi, and I will let it cook for 1 minute, and it's done. And the soup is ready. This is delish. I wish any of you is here at the moment. I can just make you something to eat with this delicious soup. So the soup is ready. I'll let cool and put in the fridge. Right, so I've finished my cooking for this week, except I want to do other mendes. You know, it's not that this you eat it every day, but sometimes you want to eat swallow. Where I come from, this is one of our best food. You know, instead of eating junks, you get home and make yourself a sweet delicious soup like this and make swallow. You can use any type of swallow, wheat, your oatmeal, your flour, anything you want to use for it. This is just it. So guys, like, share, subscribe. This is Ugoma Chinaka. Until I come your way again, I love